Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? Jay here, man, and welcome back to another video, guys. And today, man, actually, man, I don't know if this is another video, man. I think this video might be my first official video on this channel, unless it's another video that's gonna be uploading. Um, but this might be the first or second video on the channel. So if you're new to the channel, man, which most of you guys will be, welcome to the channel. My name is Jay. Um, Making this channel, man, because I want to make a sports channel, where I can, talk about my sports talk with with the NBA community and do all that good stuff. Um, I mostly will be covering the NBA, but I might dab into a few other sports. But who knows? Maybe I'll take this step by step. Um, the channel's on. It's pretty much just a hobby channel, man. Just be able to talk the game that I love to watch, which is hoops, and you know, do all that good stuff. But anyways, man, before the video we're gonna be going over today, man, this video right here is gonna be podcast style. So you like this style, make sure you let me know down below. If you don't like this style, let me know. I can make it. I can probably cut it up and do a little bit more better edits and all that other stuff to it. But um, I'm messing with this style a lot, man. So this style right here basically is gonna just sit here talk about the rankings of the 30 NBA teams post pre agency. So pre agency is free. I said pre agency, free agency. My bad. Free agency is still going on technically, but all the big moves already happened. So this is pretty much going to be the starting lineups for the NBA. I mean, minus a few mistakes that they have. Like for example, for Charlotte, they have Graham starting, which I think Lamelo might be starting, but I don't know. Maybe ESPN knows something that we don't know. But yeah, man. So also before we dive into this, man, like I said before, let me know if you guys like the style. I will be mixing up. I will be doing some videos with the style. I will also be doing videos that's gonna be more chopped up, more shorter videos. This video I'm aiming to have it be done within 15 to 20 minutes, man. So hopefully we can knock this down, man. But also, something else to talk about before we dive into this video. Today, the time of this recording is December 1st, 2020. The NBA, man, starts in 22 days, man. So we got a few, like 3 weeks to be exact until the season starts. Preseason games might be starting within, I want to say 2 weeks or maybe a week, man. So um, the season's about to be happening soon, man. So in celebration of the season starting in 22 days, man, we're gonna do Vlogmas for the sports channel. I will be doing videos every single day leading up to opening day, man. So wish me luck. Wish me luck. All right, man. Let's hop into this video, man. We're already 3 minutes in. So for the 30th ranking, man, we're gonna go from 30 all the way down to one. For 30, man, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right here, they have Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Okoro, Kevin Love, and Andre Drummond. I don't think they're really gonna be doing a lot with this lineup. Uh, Colin Sexton, if he has a decent year, I can see them making him probably no further than 25. But I can't see them being any. I can't see them being anything be under 25, man. To be honest with you guys, um, I think they're right now still trying to figure out what they're gonna be doing with this team. Is Colin Sexton gonna fully develop? It's been 2 years with them, so they're on. I think this is gonna be a year where they're gonna figure out what they're gonna do with the future. Um, yeah, man. OKC, we already know what's going on with OKC. OKC is gonna be number 29. OKC is gonna be set for the future, but they're just not gonna be set now. Last year they had a 0.2% of making the playoffs, and they ended up making the playoffs. All right. I don't know the statistic, the stat, the statistic on that this year, bro. Look at me, man. Mush mouth. I guess that's what I get, man. Recording this late as hell. But I don't know the stat of them making the playoffs this year. It's for sure has to be lower than 0.2. Last year was 0.2%. This year it has to be 0.0002% or something like that, man. I don't think it's no way OKC makes the playoffs this year. If they do, that means they're. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't see it happen, man. They lost Dennis Smith Shooter. And they also lost PG. So, and a lot of people, Steven Adams. So, there's no way they're gonna be doing good this year. But they have a lot of young pieces that can all be grown, man. If Dort grows, man, this team can be crazy. He was doing decent in the playoffs. We already know we're gonna get out of Shea Gilgeous Alexander, Diallo. We got to see what's up with him this year. But this team, it's a team for the future, man. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen within the next 2 or 3 years with this team. Number 28 is the Pistons. The Pistons is one of those teams, man, where I can see doing really good, making it probably potentially to the playoffs, but at the same time, it's the Pistons, man. Expectations be really high for them sometimes, and then they just let us all down. So as of right now, I have them at 28. Um, we gotta see what's up with, man. They got Derrick Rose still there, but we know we're gonna get out of him. He's been consistent post injury. People like try to throw shade on him because he always gets hurt and all that. But look at his stats, man. His stats are pretty consistent since post injuries. Um, Blake Griffin, we all know, man. We gotta see what's up with him. Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee, bleh. Number 27, we got the Hornets. 27. Um, can't see anything going too crazy with them. I don't know if they can even get any good players for the next few years, like any like all-star caliber players, because they gave that big ass contract to Gordon Hayward. So I'm pretty sure any player that wants to go there is going to be a player that's probably seeking a big contract. You know what I'm saying? I can't see no one going on a small contract there. You know, I'd rather choose other places than Charlotte. You know, um, but Gordon Hayward, man, he finished the hell out that team. But we'll see what's up, man. It's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely gonna be watching some games because of that, the LaMelo Ball effect. You know what I'm saying? So eyes will be on them for sure. 26, we have the New York Knicks. The Knicks, man, that's actually in my eyes, and this is a W for the offseason, man. They was able to get Obi Toppin. They was able to get not Phillip Rivers. What the hell, bro? Look at me, I'm tired as hell. Austin Rivers, and this is unedited, man. So bear with me. They was able to get Austin Rivers. Um, they're gonna be a decent team, bro. They're gonna be a decent team this year. Not gonna be a playoff team for sure, but I can see them for sure having a better record than they did last year. Even factoring in the change of the schedule, man. I can see them having a way better record, and this is gonna be and that's a W for New York, man. That's a real big W if they have a better record than they did last year. I can see them having maybe 5 or 10 more wins than they did last year, and that's a big increase. That's a big jump, man. A big jump. 2025, man. We have the Wizards. The Wizards are one of those weird teams, man. So we have John Wall, who's demanding the trade, and I don't know what's going on with him. This boy has not played more than 2 seasons. He hasn't played since what 2+ seasons ago, and then when he comes back, he's demanding the trade. I think that's a slap in the face to Bradley Beal, man. With that being said, man, the Wizards, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that locker room's gonna be cancerous. I don't know if John Wall's gonna be able to, you know, be non-cancerous and be able to, be an actual productive basketball team because they did not do bad last year. They made it to did they make it to the playoffs? I don't know if they not. They didn't. I don't think they made it to the playoffs, but they almost made it to the playoffs or something like that. I know they were in the bubble for sure. Uh, Weird, man. Weird situation down there or over there in the capital. So 24, we got the Magic. It's not much to talk about the Magic. They're probably gonna make the playoffs at the AC, then they're gonna lose in the first round. That's been happening like the past 2 to 3 years with them. So I feel like they never really go one direction. They don't become really bad. They don't become really good. They just stay in that same spot. So, bleh, who knows? Number 23, I actually have the Bulls, man. 23 with the Bulls. Uh, and honestly, I do not know why I have them down here, to be honest. Um, Maybe because they don't really have that much cancerous and that weird stuff, that's going on, like the Wizards or some other teams or like the Pistons or something like that. We know, but let's be honest, man. The Bulls is not a really, really, really bad team. They're just not good. They're a decent team for the Eastern Conference. Um, in the West, they'll be horrible for sure. But it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say, man, because they got Zach LaVine. Cody White is pretty decent. Porter Jr. is good, and Mackinnon. They're all pretty good. So it depends, man. It depends on how they play. If they play the best ball and all that good stuff, I can see them being not a playoff team, but maybe like a 10th or 11th seeding team. It's hard to, man. It's hard to. I don't really don't pay attention to Chicago that much, anyways. Plus, they drafted some. I know they drafted some stupid dude. Not some stupid dude. My bad. No offense. They drafted basically like a nobody when there was other draft picks available. Boy was so unknown that I don't even know his name, bro. And I pay attention to the NBA pretty consistent. I'm not a casual fan, but I'm more of a serious fan. I know what's been going on with stuff around the league, man. And I know about the draft classes, and they really blew it, man. They had a lot of good options on the board, and they let go let go of them for this guy. But I don't know. Maybe they seen something that we didn't see, man. They are they are an NBA team at the end of the day. 22, we have the Wolves. Wolves is gonna be really interesting to see. I don't know if they're gonna run a 3 guard lineup with Rubio and D'Lo and Edwards. I don't know if they're gonna do that or have Rubio come off the bench. It's gonna be interesting to see down there. It's gonna be really interesting to see how Edwards fits the scheme with Cat and D'Lo. It's gonna be interesting to see, man. We'll see what's up. 21, we have the Kings. Kings and the Wolves. I can see going fighting for an 8th playoff spot potentially. It's hard. I have them, the Spurs, and the Wolves fighting for that last 8th playoff spot. But at the same time, I don't know, man. It's hard to say right now, man. It's hard to say, especially preseason. But the Kings have the potential to become a real good playoff team. It's just hard, and that's the thing about the West, man. A lot of like when you get to like the 10th, 11th seeding teams, all those teams can potentially still make it to the playoffs, man. So we just gotta see, man. The Kings, we just gotta see. They traded their best shooter outside of Buddy Hield, and that was kind of an L. But anyways, 20, we got the Spurs. So Spurs, we know we're gonna get out the Spurs every year. The Spurs is probably one of the most consistent teams. Um, they have probably the most winningest coach, probably I don't know ever, but for sure in the modern basketball era. Pop, I think last year was the first time he was outside the playoffs in his whole coaching career, or it was some crazy stat, man. It was ridiculous when you heard it. So Spurs, we know we don't get out of them. They might not make the playoffs. They might make it. It's hard. It's hard on them, man. We got to see how DeRozan does out there. 19, we got the Hawks. So the Hawks is gonna be a real interesting team, man. They got Trae Young, Bogdanovich, Josh Collins, and Capella. Honestly, you look at this team on paper. If you're just a casual, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's a trash lineup." People don't know Josh Collins had one of the probably for sure his best year last year, in my opinion. Trae Young, he had a great year as well, and Clint Capella, man. Depending on how they can, I can see the pick and rolls with Trae Young and Clint Capella being really good, especially if Clint Capella has been working on on his shooting game as well. Even with some pick and pops and situation like that, if he I know a lot of bigs this year, they're trying to add that to their game. So we never know, man. I never thought I would have seen Dwight Howard pulling up from threes, but this man started shooting threes. So I wouldn't be surprised if Capella has a little mid range or something, man. Something. Please bring something. That'll be kind of interesting to see. And he's a traditional big at the same time, man. So that'll be really interesting to see. But I have them at 19. 18, we have the Pacers. Nothing much to really say about them. They're kind of in the same space as Orlando. They make it to the playoffs all the time, probably like in the 5th or 6th seed. Then they always lose. Um, yeah, man. Pacers. 17. So now we're getting to the nitty gritty, man. Nitty gritty time. So we have at number 17, we have the Pelicans, right? So let me do something real quick. So we got boom, 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 boom. Oh, so damn. So far, the Pelicans are as on this current ranking, they'll be the 12th seed in the playoffs. Obviously, that's not making the playoffs, but if the playoffs was to start with how my list is set up, the Pelicans at 17, they'll be the 12th spot, and that's saying something, bro. Because I was even talking about how the Kings, the Wolves, and the Spurs have a chance for the 8th seed. And it's crazy because they're like 20. I had them at 21, 22, and all that. The Pelicans are for sure contender for that 8th spot, as long as with these other teams I'm about to list after, you know what I'm saying? The next 3 teams after I'm gonna be naming. And it just shows you how congested the West is, man. The West is so congested. It's not even with great talent, it's just with teams that are so superior, better than teams in the fucking East, that it makes like the 12th and 13th seed that can make the playoffs in the East, and makes them a fucking they're gonna be at home during the playoffs, bro. And it's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. It's a weird NBA. It's not like the West is a way better West than it's ever been. It's just a lot of teams in the West are doing way better than teams in the East, and it's crazy, man. The East, you will have 1 through 9 for sure. Like, they'll be in a true playoff race. After that, any team under 9 is really trash, like a lottery pick trash team. But for the West, man, 1 through 14, 1 through 13 are potentially like playoff contending type of teams, and that's just something that you don't really see. Well, I mean, we've been seeing this for a while, but it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. You don't really see that in other sports. Um, but basketball is obviously its own sport, so yeah. Pelicans at 17. See, I can see them doing really good this year. They might make the playoffs, but it's iffy to call right now, man. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do update videos. But let me hurry up and get into this. 16 Houston. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna break that apart if they start off trash. They still good at the beginning. I can see them trying to make a run, probably make some more, you know, balls to the wall trades, um, to get talent, to get more talent. But I can see them not doing good by like March-ish or February-ish. I don't know when the trade deadline is. I can see if they don't do good before the trade deadline, they're gonna break that apart. So I think this is like the last straw for the Houston. 15 with the Grizzlies. Nothing much to talk about there. That's interesting to talk about. Um, can't see them making it past the first round. 14 the Suns. So Suns are gonna be making that. Devin Booker's gonna be making his first playoff series this year. I can guarantee it. Come back to this video and talk and diss me. I'm saying Devin Booker is making the playoffs for the first time because he has someone like Chris Paul. Chris Paul can be able to have the ball in his hand and be a threat from the 3-point line, can be a threat from mid range, can be a person that can run the pick and roll, can be a person that can isolate. Devin Booker is gonna really fall in love with playing with Chris Paul. Chris Paul makes other people around him better. We just seen that with OKC. He made Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Dennis Smith Schroeder. What's up with these last names, bro? But he made them look really good, bro. Dennis Smith Schroeder was damn near 6th man of the year with the OKC Thunder, and he wouldn't have been like that if it wasn't for Chris Paul. Let's just be honest. Chris Paul's gonna make that team way nicer than they were this year, and that's saying something because they almost made the playoffs. It was one game from making the playoffs, so they're for sure gonna be in the playoffs. The seeding I can't say right now, but they're for sure making it. 13, we have the Mavs. If Porzingis stays healthy, this team can go deep in the playoffs, and I'm calling that first. They can potentially make a conference finals if Porzingis is healthy and is on his A game, and that's crazy because right now I have them at 13, and that's a playoff. That's a deep playoff contender, not a title contender, but like they for sure can be in that Western Conference title. For sure semis, for sure, like hands down for sure in the semis. Nuggets is at 12. I can see this year being the Nuggets. I don't know, man. They lost Jeremy Grant. That was a big blow. Um, but Michael Porter Jr. gets he gets to fully have his shine now. He's not coming off the bench, so if his defense goes up, man, I can see that being a real good trade, I guess you can say. But at the same time, man, Jeremy Grant was huge for that team with Michael Porter Jr. come off the bench. But I guess it's his time to shine. Especially that I think this year will count as his last year, or I don't know if he had a player option or something like that, but I think this will be his last year, technically, before he has the team option, I believe it is. Jazz is gonna be at 11. Donovan Mitchell getting that max salary is gonna save the Jazz. The Jazz are gonna be a way better team because of that. The reason I'm saying that is because once you get a max salary, you're not focusing on playing a certain way, so you can not maximize your plus minus and your efficiency. You can now play the way you want to play because you don't gotta worry about money no more, man. Money is out the issue. You got a max salary. You get to focus 100% on basketball. You can play the way you. It just comes down to you at the end of the day. How serious are you gonna take it? Are you gonna be in the gym every day? And I think Donovan Mitchell has all that, man. This dude was pretty much a no one coming out of high school and coming out of college, and just came out of nowhere and became a superstar. I think he had a chip on his shoulder. He had that chip on his shoulder, man. He wasn't like one of these 5-star ranking players coming out of college. He's gonna be or coming into college. He's gonna be on it, man. He's gonna be on it. 10, we have Portland. Portland got better this offseason. They were the AFC last year. They have Dame, they have CJ, they have Jones Jr., Robert Covington and Nurkic. They still have Melo come off the bench. This team is about to be it's gonna be really interesting, man. Portland is potentially a title contender, maybe. Um, I don't know, man, but it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really interesting, man. Um, man, this NBA season getting me hyped up. But anyway, number 9, we have the Raptors, bro. 9 is Raptors. Raptors, bleh, they get better. They lost Serge Ibaka. I don't think that's getting better, but the Raptors, man, they have a really good coach. They have a really good GM. I feel like they'll pull out something. 8, we have the 76ers. 76ers, did they get better with? Did they get better with with Doc Rivers being the coach? I don't know, but they got Seth Curry, which is gonna help with shooting. Um, I don't know, man. That's gonna really help a lot, man. That's what they need. They need space. They got rid of Al Horford, which was really huge, because they need space. You don't need all those big dudes in the fucking paint that can't shoot to save their life. That helped a lot, man. Um, you know. So we at 7 with the Celtics. Celtics, I think this is gonna be the Celtics make it or break a year. Um, they need to do something, man, because they're right there in the middle of the East. They got to figure out if they're gonna be a title contending team or they're gonna be one of these whatever teams who are just waiting for another superstar to come through and help them. Yeah. Number 6, we have the Warriors. The Warriors are probably number 1 if Clay didn't get hurt. They jumped down to 6 after the injury because, bro, that's Clay, man. If you have to, Clay takes a lot of attention, and if he gets the attention, then Steph takes all the attention. Then Steph can go crazy. If Steph gets double teamed, then Clay can go take crazy. You know what I'm saying? He scores 60 plus points on 11 dribbles, bro. That's crazy. But he's hurt. So number 6, we have the Warriors. James Wiseman, um, it's the real deal. He's a good ass center. I feel like them getting him, I feel like he's a rookie of the year candidate. He will probably win the rookie of the year, in my opinion, unless he gets hurt. Knock on wood, man, knock on wood. But unless he gets hurt, I can't see how he would not win the rookie of the year. It's damn near given to him, bro. He's about to go crazy, especially with this draft class. I don't think LaMelo's gonna win the rookie of the year. This draft class wasn't really one of those deep draft classes. This is a draft class where anyone could have got selected first and no one would have been mad, or second or third. No one, it could have been in a whole different order and no one would have been, tripping. Five with the Nets. So right here, Nets. I feel like the Nets will win the East and be in the playoffs, the NBA Finals. KD stays healthy. It's a wrap. Um, it's gonna be kind of paranoid watching him because he is my favorite player. I'm gonna be paranoid watching him, bro. Him and PG are my favorite players, and they both had leg injuries, man. So watching these two dudes is so like you get anxious, bro, especially when they're going for dunks and going crazy. KD needs to take it easy, man. Just become a shooter, bro. You're 7 foot tall, shoot over everybody. Just doing that, man. KD can be a damn near top tier all star just off of shooting, not even driving and playmaking and doing all that stuff. But Nets, and then you gotta think about they still got Kyrie, bro. Yeah, they got Caris LeVert. They got DeAndre Jordan come off the bench. Bro, this team is about to be crazy, bro. It's about to be crazy, bro. It's crazy. Number 4, we have the Bucks. They got Drew Holiday. That was a really good pickup, but they're going balls to the wall. They gotta win it this year or they're done, bro. They got to win it this year or they're gonna be done. So it'll be interesting, man. We got a lot of teams that's like balls to the wall this year, which is gonna make it way more interesting for us. Heat, that's number 3. You gotta put respect on the Heat. Um, if they didn't make it to the finals, they would not be at number 3. They'd probably be like at number 7 or 8. But since they made it to the playoffs, they got it, man. I like the chemistry of that team. That chemistry feels like a team that you want to be part of. You feel me? It's the team that you want to root for. It's the perfect underdogs, man. Like they're all tight knit, all homies wearing each other's jerseys and all that. Oh damn, Corona. Um, yeah, the Heat's really tight knit group. I like that, and they have one of the probably the most underrated coaches probably in the history of the NBA, which is crazy because people don't give him that much respect, which is ridiculous. But anyways, he's that number 3, title contenders for sure. 2, we have the Clippers. Clippers are still, in my opinion, the best. They're right there with the Lakers, but I think they have potentially the best roster and the NBA just because of the depth, man. They got depth like a motherfucker. Um, I don't know if I shouldn't be cussing, but fuck, I'm a cuss, bro. This is me. This is me talking. I'm gonna go crazy. They got depth like a motherfucker. But you know who else has depth? My hometown, bro. The Lakers. Lakers is my NBA team. We got depth too now. We got, we made some good signings, bro. We got Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Smith. We're not nothing to play with now, bro. We got the other Marquise Morris brother. Um, we got KCP, Caruso. Um, we have I don't think we have as much depth as them, but we still got depth. And it's gonna be interesting, man, to see these two teams go at it, man. It's gonna be really interesting. But the Lakers are number one title contenders. They are, that's for sure given, you know what I'm saying? Um and yeah, man. So that's it. That's it for this list. Hopefully you like the video. If you guys want me to do a playoff like, not a simulation, but like how I think the season will play off, I will do that for a future video. Um Just let me know, man. Let me know if you guys want. And now video will be more of a broken down video, not like this where you're just staring at the screen all the time. But yeah, man. Hope you guys like this video. If you did, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. More content coming on the way. See you on the next one, G.